Hi, this is Jay, 101 instructor here at Avant Media Institute, and I want to talk to you about interfaces. What is an interface, you might ask? They sort of act as a middleman. Let's just say we want to record a song. The first thing we need to do is record some vocals in. How do we do that? Well, basically what we would do is we would connect our mic to our interface, which would then connect to our computer, and that way the interface acts like a translator for the analog mic to transfer the signal over to digital signal so the computer can understand. A preamp is going to boost your mic level signal up to line level in order for it to be played back, because a mic signal is not strong enough to be audibly heard well. Most budget interfaces like your Focusrites, your UAD, and your SSLs are going to give you the option to have the preamp built into it. Now, when you decide that you want to scale up and go into a higher end of interfaces, you'll have the option of splitting the interface out from the preamp. That way you can purchase a preamp or the interface separately. Interfaces have converters built into them. That allows the analog signal to be converted over into a digital signal. That way you can manipulate them in your DAW. Now we're going to discuss some of these interfaces by tiers and price. When choosing an interface, one of the big deciding factors that you need to make when choosing it is how many ins and outs do you have. That's going to be dependent on what type of music you're doing, how you're trying to make your music. For instance, if you're a singer-songwriter with just a guitar and a microphone, it'll allow you to put that guitar and that microphone directly into the interface. Another thing to think about when you're choosing your interface is how many different sets of outputs is it going to have. Outputs will allow you to choose to go to 2 different sets of monitors, which will allow you to monitor your mix back on 2 different sets of speakers, sometimes giving you a different reference. This is the UA Volt. It is very cost effective. It costs $100, and then it has 2 inputs, 1 set of outputs on the back, a place for MIDI in and out, and it's connected by USB-C, and it also gives you a headphone jack. Very good for the price, and it's made by a reputable brand like Universal Audio. Another interface to look at is the SSL 2 Plus. It has 2 inputs, 2 sets of outputs, has meters that go along with the inputs on the front, and it also gives you a selection to be able to select the 4K button. That 4K button is supposed to give you harmonics that are reminiscent of the SSL 4000 console from back in the day. Very good add-in right there. It also gives you 2 headphone outs for you to listen to, and it gives you a monitor mix level control and a whole big knob for a monitor level controller. This monitor mix knob right here is really great because if you turn this all the way over to the input, it allows you to hear the input with 0 latency. So that cuts down on any timing issues that you might have. So that's a really good feature to have in there also. It also has 2 headphone jacks. That's really good, so if there's a case where you might have a singer in the studio with you, you can have a set of headphones and she can have a set of headphones, or they can have a set of headphones. These brands that we mentioned today and the interfaces that we showed also have models that have more inputs and outputs on them. So be sure to check those out if that's something that you might be interested in. The last interface I want to talk about is the Apollo Twin. It's made by UAD, and out of the interfaces that we just showed, it's the most expensive out of all of them. Now, the highlight part of the UAD, which makes it so cool, is that it offers you DSP processing for their plugins that are made by them, and they're really good, and they allow you to record with them in real time while recording your music into the computer, so there is 0 latency. In conclusion, all of these interfaces are great in their own right, and they all each have a certain amount of character to them that makes them their own special thing. You just need to choose which one that you like the best. My personal pick would be the Universal Audio Apollo because of the DSP. I think that really sets it apart. Once again, my name is Jay, 101 instructor here at Avant Media Institute. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any more questions, please give us a look up on our website at www.avantmediainstitute.com.